philosophy examines more basic questions. What is the essence of reality? What is the life worth living? Are we in total control of our actions and thus solely responsible for them? As you will discover, the conceptual tapestry is rich and vastly expansive. We will but traverse its periphery over the coming weeks. Let's try a little exercise. I have a hypothetical shoebox. It contains 300 assorted new and used colored pencils. I will hand each of you this box and ask you to spill it at your feet, and further ask that you retrieve the pencils and return them to me in the optimum order. Groupings, your own selection. How would you do it? Sir, will you begin?
Well, the solution is obvious. I would collect and assemble the pencils in groups corresponding to their color. I would group red pencils with red pencils and blue pencils with blue pencils, and so on. Following this logic assures getting back identical pencil groupings from each of us in the perfect rational order.
I see. An empiricist, quite possibly a positivist, though scarcely a logical one. Very good. I noticed that the glasses you're wearing, they're tinted. Do you think the others will see the colors identically to you? What about you, young lady?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'd arrange them by size. Does, size matter?
I think that may be a worthy question for the folks in the adjacent building to the left as well. But you go ahead, expand on your reasoning.
Well, the colors. There's so many pencils and so many variations in color. There's blue shade red and yellow shade red. And who's to say that yellow shade red isn't really an orange? And maybe this blue-green is really a teal. We can't possibly see all the colors the exact same way, so maybe a more objective method is needed, like maybe size.
An excellent, well-reasoned defense of your methodology. May I ask, when you refer to size, are you referring exclusively to length, or are there other dimensions you'd consider?
Gee, is there another one? Oh, you must mean fat and stubby. They can be pretty good too, yeah. But for pencils, I mean. All right, I confess. Number one, fat and stubbies were always my favorite. I don't even remember the colors.
Moving right along. And how about you, sir?
Well, first off, it's easy to sort them by color, because there's only two kinds in my box: white and colored. With them colored it's clinging to the bottom of the box before you made me spill it out and all, mixing them up with the rest of us. I mean, all over our floor. Then why hell, I'd bunch them pencils by manufacturer. I'd rank the manufacturers by cumulative gains in stock price, then give bonus points to companies that outsource production to third world countries, provided labor rates and bennies are kept in the crapper, of course. Then I'd sell you back a stack of the creme de la creme of them pure new white pencils made by the top corporations. And heck, I'd use the rest of them for kindling.
Your perspective is very unique, young man. You know, in all the years I've taught this course, I've never heard such a response. I would refer you to the folks in the adjacent building to the left for further analysis. That is, of your metaphysical perspective. But I'm not certain they've sufficiently prepared.
Oh, hell, it's nothing. I just call them like I see.
And what about you, young man? What's your twist to this little problem?
First of all, I do not necessarily accept your premise that you are giving me a shoebox containing 300 pencils of assorted colors. And if I engage, whether by free choice or as inevitably predetermined by antecedent conditions, in an act we agree to call spilling of said pencils, the outcome of which must be subject to laws of quantum mechanics and therefore result in a probability distribution, rather than an absolutely predictable repositioning of the pencils within a space-time continuum.
Young man, stop. Stop. May I ask, what is your favorite color?
Plaid, I think.
I thought so. Young man, you have the unmistakable makings of a philosopher, I think.
Yo, Professor, I'm down with society and the world being all screwed up and all. But I got some reservations whether philosophy's got the juice to fix things. There's something you haven't mentioned that lies at the heart of changing things for the better, and that's God. Exactly, where does God fit into all this philosophical jive?
Oh, yes. God, the study of God, is conducted outside in the adjacent building to the right. The curriculum is theology, and I believe this college actually offers a degree in it.
Wait, doesn't he have a point? I mean, God may not be a philosopher and all, but doesn't he, or she, offer us a kind of philosophical moral code that we should all live by?
Hey, Doc, what do I know about all this? Man, I'm just a sophomore here. It's just that, well, my experiences living and surviving in the real world tells me that job is cheap. You know, people have their act together and all, don't have to talk about it. They don't explain it as articulate as you. They got no time to form no worldview or nothing, just have a strong belief in themselves and the big guy upstairs, and that gets them through the day. It gives them power over themselves and their environment. And you know, I respect that. I can't ever walk away from it.